There's no time better than now to go ahead and get this transmission back into this car so we can drive it. So first off, let's go ahead and pop the clutch off. Let's get the flywheel out and replace the pilot bearing, because while we're here, might as well put some freshies in there. So let's go ahead and take care of it. Enough waiting. It's hot. You're about to see this shirt turn from bright red to probably dark maroon from all the sweating. So got the door closed, trying to keep the heat out because it is a scorcher today here in Texas. So let's get after it. I almost abandoned doing this because I couldn't find my little clutch alignment tool. Anyways, I got it. We got to do this. Is this a 10 millimeter? Hell no. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Here's a 12. Yep, that's it. All right, boys, let's see how she's done. Yeah, she's due. She sure is due for, can this just stay somewhere? Yeah, she's due for a flywheel. We got marks all around. I feel a little waviness as I go across, so I'm glad we're here. I think we're good for replacing this guy. Look like we've earned our stripes too. So pop this bad boy off. Holy crap. There is no sign of coolant getting to the oil. But I'm trying to see why all this is like all wet. And it's orange, so I have orange coolant. And I was wondering what the heck that might have been. Might have been coolant and not the transmission. Interesting. I don't see any cracks other than the obvious here, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it's time we replace the flywheel. We've somewhat earned our stripes with a bunch of heat marks, and there's so much of it and it looks like they're deep that this is what I would call just unusable. It doesn't look terrible because you don't see these massive heat spots, but you do see them quite uniformly and evenly all the way around. Same thing if we go look at the clutch. Nice uniform heat mark all the way around, kind of in the center. That's kind of where heat just generally builds up. But looking at the clutch disc, there's not a lot of life left into these pads. So if you guys didn't know, these are abrasive materials, not the same as your brake pad, but kind of similar to it, right? Because it's an abrasive, it's a disc, it's spinning onto a contact of another disc as a friction material or a friction surface with friction materials. So it kind of works to connect the two, right? Instead of stop the two. Nonetheless, there's not hardly any life in them. So I've actually, in between cuts of this video, already ordered another McLeod Street Extreme clutch, which that's what this is. Oddly enough, I feel like I've replaced this probably a year or maybe two ago. Hey, it happens. Because we definitely race and abuse this guy. So I can imagine this is not holding up to, all that gets, you know, it's not holding up, you know, like as if we were going to get 50,000 miles, you know, of street driving out of it. But I am happy for the miles we did get out of it. So, new clutch is on order. We have a new pilot bearing for this this flywheel. We have a new flywheel, so we have some things to do. So, game plan for the video now. Basically, just gonna wait for our new clutch to show up. I'm gonna install the new flywheel, install the new pilot bearing. We're gonna get the transmission off of the table and get it into place, get it ready to go, because, you know, when we get, it ain't gonna be nothing to bolt one of these guys up. It's like 6 bolts, bada bing, bada boom, and then we slap that guy back in, the transmission. So we still got some work to do. All right, we might be going to the parts store to get a tool, but unless we can get this to work, I do not have a pilot bearing puller tool. But we recently had a barbecue with some burgers, and we had some leftover buns. So we're gonna do the bread trick, and there is enough evidence on the internet to suggest that this works. So let me get my first piece of bread. Typical bread, I guess. So we're going to stuff that guy into it. It's gonna fall to pieces. All right. Take a little 3/8 extension. Okay, so just there, I can see it's moving. And people, I just want you to know, we are just the top of one hamburger bun stuffed into this area right now. All right, so it's coming out. I need to get like a socket. I need a socket so it doesn't come out around the sides. I think we got it bottomed out. Great. I got my socket stuck doing the bread trick. There we go. We're going to start stuffing the bottom part of the bun. It's taking some time. That's for sure. It has. It is coming out. That is for sure. No way. It's actually. It's so close. There it goes. Oh man. And then there's all my bread. That's gonna be such a pain in the ass to clean up. Oh my god. feel like this is the part where people don't show you of this bread trick, is the cleanup. Ugh. Okay, well, that wasn't too bad. It actually got it all out. Use a little pick. So basically took one hamburger bun minus this small little piece, covered in grease. I showed up with 3 buns prepared. And basically this is what it looks like. Not bad, very compacted. Picking it out wasn't so bad, but hey, if it works, it works. So yeah, this is pretty much unusable. So we got the old right here. We have this old where basically these abrasives are non-existent. But good thing we got a brand new flywheel, nice and shiny, with all new professional ARP hardware. So fairly simple procedure. Just take a socket, tap this pilot bearing back into the motor, and because it's already pre-greased, you do not add any grease. It's heavy because it's stock weight. It's not lightened. It's heavy. Orientation. Do this guy. Okay. What you mean whenever you don't get all 8? This mean you gotta start over? I'm trying to see if I can't get all these in, because it seems like I was just missing just that right bolt up, you know. So that bolts down. See, that's not going quite in. Basically, I'm trying to find the right bolt up, because this thing apparently only goes on one way. We found it. Okay, we got all the bolts, found a hole. So this is ARP Pro bolts. They're reusable. They're not torque to yield. The other ones were Ford OEM. You can't reuse them. So we got these. We got the new pilot bearing. And what we do, I was just trying to find this bolt up so I could figure it out. But the instructions say to coat the threads with 242 Loctite, blue Loctite, and then by the head put the anti-seize stuff. So that's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to pull these bolts off, pull the bolts off, put the anti-seize where underneath the head so they won't seize up, and then we'll apply Loctite and plug each one back into here so that we can go ahead and get this bad boy bolted up. Got a little Loctite. Go. Let's get that guy started. All right. Loctited, anti-seized. Now we just need to torque. Torque. Next step is to get this torque down to 70 foot-pounds. Torque. there we go. We have a new pilot bearing. We figured out how to use the bread trick. We have a new flywheel. It's all bolted down, torqued. We've got the crank sensor ring put into place. That was important that we did not forget that. Now we're just waiting on a clutch. I did buy a clutch. It's just a replacement of the McLeod that I have, which is a McLeod Street Extreme. Nice little clutch. I like it. It works really good for the NA application we have right here. Good for like 700 foot-pounds of torque. Costs like 530 bucks. It's a nice little clutch kit. Great entry-level clutch kit too. Better than stock. It's actually kind of budget friendly in my opinion. So we have one of those on the way, and transmission's off the table. We have everything bolted up. We got tools down. We just need that clutch to show up, and once the clutch shows up, we're gonna get this thing back going. Hit the like button. Tell me your thoughts about the bread trick. Comment your thoughts. You see anything wrong, or is there something else we should keep a look at? I do know while I have everything apart, I'm probably going to grab some paint and kind of touch some things up under the undercarriage. But for the most part, if it's your first time here, why don't you think of subscribing? And if you want to see these videos early, you become a $2 YouTube member, and you can see them as soon as I post them. I think right now this video gets publicly released sometime in August, I think. But if you're a YouTube member, you're seeing these videos earlier, which means there could be another 3 months of videos that you have to wait to see. Anyways, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys later.